boy, oh boy, oh boy. Like I didn't tell you already, Jaron Boots Ennis, from a duck to now a serial hater. Yeah, you got it, you got it. Terance Bud Crawford, the undisputed 168-pound champion of the world, got stopped by the Omaha police on his way back from his victory parade, right? And not long after that, also some news popped up about Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis came out and said that he did not watch the fight between Canelo and Terance Crawford. He cited that the undercard was boring and he fell asleep, even though the fight was only at 1 o'clock at night on the East Coast, right? Let me remind you, in the UK, when we want to watch fights that are held in America, especially when they're held in Vegas, we got to stay up to 6 o'clock in the morning to watch those fights. And I've been doing this for nearly 4 decades, okay? So Jaron Boots Ennis can't stay up till 1 o'clock to watch his rival, Terance Crawford. And you got to remember that Jaron Boots Ennis offered his services. Canelo didn't call him. He offered his services to go out there and help Canelo in camp. And that caused uproar amongst the fans. They were saying that he's a coon, he's a hater, you know, why is he doing this for? And I was one of the people saying, I ain't make no videos on it, but I was one of the people saying, nah, you know what? It's how it is, it's boxing. I've got no problem with it, you know? He wants to go out there and spar with Canelo. He's got an opportunity. Canelo needs someone like him right now. Why not? You know, but now, you know, looking back at it now, after he said this and, you know, and everything that's all amounted and all the stuff that he's done, there's probably lots more that I'm probably missing out that some of you guys can mention in the comments. But now it just looks like Jaron Boots Ennis is hating on Terance Crawford and possibly just wants to see him get beat. And I think this is madness because Terance Crawford right now is in his element, right? Jaron Boots Ennis is an up-and-coming fighter. And he should be like, I want to fight Terance Crawford one day. Because his name's been put next to Terance Crawford's name plenty of time. He should be like, I want to fight Crawford. Not want him to get beat. That is some hater vibe, right? If we look at Jaron Boots Ennis, he was at 147. He was offered a fight at 154 against Virgil Ortiz, right? Turki Al-Sheikh laid it down, says, I'll pay you X amount, just go up and fight Virgil Ortiz at 154. Jaron Boots Ennis refused, saying no, he wants to unify the division, 147-pound division. Okay, he has now moved up to 154, right? 154, he had a little back and forth with Brian Norman Jr., and Brian Norman Jr. says, you know, when the pressure's on, after he knocked out Jin Sasaki, they pick up their boots and run. You know what? Even though a lot of people saying that, even though Eddie Hearn come out and said that Brian Norman Jr. turned down the Boots fight, right? Brian Norman Jr. is still at 147, and Boots is the man who left his belt and ran. And you got to think to yourself, who is he beaten at 147? He's beaten nobody. He fight with nobody, you know? He didn't beat nobody. He didn't beat nobody at 147. Now he's moved up to 154. And, you know, everybody, well, the fans want to see him have a marquee fight. He's taking another tune-up. That's why I'm calling him the Tuna King, man. Tuna King, Tune-Up King, Tuna King, whatever you want to call it. That's Jaron Boots Ennis right now. He's become the laughing stock of American boxing right now. No one's really looking at Tank no more because Tank's a joke. Tank's retiring. We know Tank's out of here, bro. We don't really even like talking about Tank now because he ain't even a real boxer. Jaron Boots Ennis has taken his place as the new clown laughing stock of American boxing. Anyway, enough said. Do us a favor, smash the like button and hit the bell for notifications to get all the new and the latest videos.